Hello and welcome to Scott Bailey Memorial Field, where we open up Firelands Conference play with the 2-1 Monroeville Eagles trying to take down the 1-2 Crestview Cougars for the first time since 2018. This edition of Friday Night Football is streaming to you live and free on your smartphone, TV, tablet, or computer. And it all comes to you next.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, he just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Construction's pregame show. Storm Bluntschly, your play-by-play commentary, joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garret, let's waste no time in getting into things. Let's take a look at our team spotlight here for the visiting Monroeville Eagles. The Eagles were 0-10 last year, but a great turnaround start for them at 2-1, and they're looking to get some sweet, sweet revenge on those Crestview Cougars.
Yeah, Storm, you mentioned at the top of the broadcast that the Cougars have dominated this matchup in the past couple seasons. Storm, they haven't beat Crestview since back when we were seniors in high school in 2018, and Crestview Cougars the past couple seasons outscored the Monroeville Eagles from 126-20.
Now let's take a look at our player spotlight. The quarterback, that is Evan Benfer.
The information, though, there we go. We go.
The Monroeville senior, he wants to open up the offense with his legs. This is a Monroeville team that likes to run a lot. We'll see if he will, or if Crestview can kind of keep him one-dimensional, maybe take away the run and force him to pass.
Yeah, Storm, there's a lot of big offensive linemen here for the Monroeville Eagles tonight. It's going to be an interesting, point and matchup tonight. How well that Crestview defensive line is able to stop the rushing attack from the Eagles, because that's their bread and butter, and Crestview's defensive line, that's been their bread and butter too. So it's going to be a great matchup in the trenches.
Let's take a look now at the Monroeville keys to victory. Got to silence this ever so loud Cougars crowd, as well as dominate the line of scrimmage. I mean, it's really going to help them if they can to open up that running game.
It's kind of the point I was just making, Storm. The line of scrimmage, and I know we kind of reiterate this on our broadcast a lot, but I think tonight the game's going to be won in between there.
All righty, now let's shift over to the Cougars as things are getting ready for kickoff. The team spotlight and the player spotlight. Liam Kuhn, the quarterback, he's had a pretty good start to his season, Garret, but you got to imagine, those first couple game jitters, they're out of his system right in time for conference play.
Yes, from 25 of 45, about 56% completion percentage, 424 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So Kuhn's been getting it done, and we'll see if he can get it done today against a very tough Eagle squad.
Let's take a look now at our keys to victory on our Scout Construction pregame show. No surprises here. Stop the rushing attack from Monroeville and get the ball out to their playmakers. So we're just getting ready for kickoff. You hear the whistle from the official. And with that Troy Weaver kick, we are underway here, and Monroeville elects to just down that one at about the 35-yard line. And we are underway.
Well, great starting field position here, Storm, for the Eagles. I'm not sure if it would have been a mistake there on the kick, or maybe that was planned. Try to maybe catch one of the guys, not paying attention there. But Monroeville able to recover, and they have great field position now, about the 36-yard line. So let's see what this rushing attack can do in their first series.
You take a look at the gorgeous stadium here, Scott Bailey Memorial Field, as Monroeville, the offense, lines up for their first play from scrimmage. Benford takes it to the left, finds some room outside, rumbles his way to about the 50-yard line. And this is my first time seeing this Monroeville Eagles team, and Benford, he's quick.
Yeah, Storm, he's going to be the focal point of the offense so far. And so far this season, he's been in the end zone. He's been living in it. I believe he's upwards of 6 touchdowns so far this season. So their main focal point is getting Benford the ball, getting him in space, and letting him do his work. But a lot of that is because of that offensive line from carving out some monstrous holes, and right there was another one.
So 1st and 10 once again for the Eagles. Benford this time elects to hand it off. There's a big hole up the middle. That's Landon Roeder still on his feet. He'll get taken down at about the 20-yard line.
And that's the 1-2 punch, Storm, of the Eagles. That's their best back there. Benford, obviously the quarterback, he's going to get a lot of time rushing the football, but so is this guy, Landon Roeder, and he just finding a good hole too, Storm. And if he was able to maybe get past that would-be tackler, he could have been ghost.
Well, with the way that Monroeville has been conducting their offense, I'm sure it will not take them long to break the plane of the end zone. Benford takes a snap, rolls to his left, a very rare passing opportunity for them. They're looking, they do complete the pass. Blake Schwab on the completion. We'll see if that's enough for a first down. It looks like the chain gang is on the move. So 3 plays, 3 first downs if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Storm, they've been moving the chains pretty well here so far in the first drive. Benford able to hit Schwab right there. Easy pitch and catch. The lefty too. Rolling out to the left-hand side and was able to hit his wide receiver in space.
So an empty set here for Benford. He drops back once again, looks to pass, now takes off with his legs, tries to make a man miss, but he will be brought down.
I think that was a design QB draw, Storm, and the Cougars' defensive line was able to stay home. They didn't get too far upfield and able to get Benford for, looks like a minimal gain, looks like no gain. So good stop right there. Let's see if the Cougars can maybe bend, Storm, but don't break and not allowing a touchdown here.
Yeah, better late than never for this Crestview defense to step up, and they have, had some big plays here and there, still shaking off a little bit of the rush, but this is a Crestview defense who's been pretty elite to start the year. Benford takes a snap once again, looking to run, looking to hit the edge. He does, has a couple blocks, and he's going to lower his shoulder and get into the end zone for the first score of the night. The Monroeville Eagles lead 6-0.
And the Eagles' offense, Storm, they made that look too easy. Benford and company was able to march down the field, Storm, and the Cougars really didn't have an answer for it the entire time. And the Eagles come in here on the road, Storm, with a lot of revenge on their mind for the past couple seasons where the Cougars have dominated this matchup, and they go up early 6-0 here with 10:03 remaining in the first.
Check this out, Garrett, a little Crestview BAT here. It looks just like what Crestview runs. So they get back into normal position. Snap is down, PAT is up, and is good. So early into the first quarter, the Monroeville Eagles lead 7-0. We're going to take a quick break. You've been watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett as we take another look at this Monroeville touchdown. Benford takes the snap, kind of fakes the pass, but I think everybody in the stadium knew that Benford was going to take off for 6.
Yeah, Storm, that's what he loves to do is run the football in this rushing attack. I mean, they looked dynamite on that first drive, and Cougars going to have an answer to that, Storm, if they don't want this to get ugly here. See if the offense can respond in their ensuing possession.
So, Garrett, what's this here from the Monroeville kicking team?
It's just something to try to throw you off. You don't usually, I mean, if you want to, you can sprint out of there and try to do maybe an onside kick or a squib kick, but it's kind of just there for show, Storm. Not many teams that I've ever seen actually use it.
What's the psychological warfare? As that kick sails out of the back of the end zone, a touchback. You don't really see those a lot.
Yeah, what a kick.
Yeah, in high school. As it looks like it's Hawaiian night here. The back of the end zone for the Crestview Cougars.
A little cold for Hawaiian night.
Yeah, I know. It's more like a last weekend thing. It was blazing hot that weekend.
Well, so when we went to break, I was trying to figure out the last time the Cougars lost at home. Because obviously the last couple seasons they've been pretty good. Last season was undefeated. I think it's 2019, September 27th.
Wow. So
Could be wrong, though. I'm going to keep checking my facts. A nice run right here. I believe that's Raymer. So a solid run for the Cougars on their first drive, their first play.
And Garrett, we think if Crestview is going to have to win this one, it's going to have to be a shootout, and they're going to have to put up a lot of points, as we saw in that first Monroeville drive. They make it look easy out there, and this is a Crestview defense, especially their front seven, who's stingy. They don't like to give up, a lot of sacks or whatever. As we take a look at the Cougars starters on offense, a lot of brothers there. As this one, that's going to be a handoff to Bolin, who suffered an injury last year, but the Cougars are glad to have him back here on the turf.
Yeah, Storm.
Believe that
Bolin's he's a big dude. I mean, you can tell that dude's been living in the weight room.
I think that it was the first game of the season, right? Last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not totally sure.
So the Cougars now on third down, send Bolin in motion. They hand it off to Raymer, who tries to get to the outside, and that's going to be enough for a first down. So a little bit more of a methodical approach here for the Cougars, not the big chunk plays, but both these offenses, they're built for the run. You don't really see a lot of passes from either of these squads.
I think that's what the Cougars are going to have to do, too, if they want to win the game. It's kind of slow things down, muddy things up, kind of make it messy, Storm, and try to maybe get Monroeville out of their element. So far on this drive, they've had 3 successful run plays. Just short yardage, but still making it work as Kuhn's going to drop back to pass here.
He lets this one go, and it's almost picked off, but is caught. Are they going to call it inbounds? They are going to give him the catch, so the tip drill catch from Carter Goon from disaster to miracle in just a few seconds.
Let's look at the replay, Storm. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell from this, but, I mean, talk about some concentration, little tip drill. Dude, I think he got his
foot in bounds. You know what they say, Garrett? Sometimes it's better to be a little bit lucky than good. So Kuhn takes a snap from shotgun, hands it off to Raymer. He gets swallowed at the line of scrimmage for no gain, maybe a gain of 1, as we're going to take a look at this play one more time in our patented OH Report Super Zoom. So Kuhn rolls out to the right, has nowhere to throw it, heaves it up, and I mean, a good play there from Evan Benfer.
If he got the right foot down, I think he was in. If he didn't, I think he might have been out. I think the left foot was out. But I think he might have got it with that right foot down.
Well, there's no changing it now as it's 2nd and 10. Liam heaves this one up top again, and Benfer goes up top for it. Will not complete the interception. We take a look at this one. Kuhn throws it, but Benfer's right there. I believe that's Canes, the intended target.
It kind of looks like he had to go up there and be the defender in that situation, Storm, as Benfer almost come down with it, but Kuhn didn't have a lot of time there, Storm. Had to make a split-second decision and decided to loft it up to his guy, and Benford almost pulled it down.
So 3rd and 10. Kuhn drops back, rolls to his left, heaves this one downfield once again, somehow caught by Ringler, who cuts across the field. He's got some space, one man to beat. He'll be brought down, but 3rd and long, and the Cougars convert for another first down.
I didn't know where he was going to throw that football initially, Storm. It looked like he was going to heave it deep. Decided to check it down and was able to find Ringler. Just kind of sitting there in that soft zone, and then Ringler able to make something kind of out of nothing out of this play. See, he's kind of doubled there, Storm, but what a play from Kuhn and Ringler.
Yeah, beautiful pictures brought to you on our replay by North Central State College. As this one, another handoff to Ringler. He'll get a couple of yards, and a little bit of a slower drive here for the Cougars, but they're still gaining yards and getting first downs, Garrett. So, yeah, I mean, it ain't pretty, but it works.
That was a great hole right there from the Crestview Moving Company up front, Storm, on the left side of that line. Had some access for Raymer to get out there in space and try to get some yardage, and minimal gain, but still a gain that, is positive and going forward for the Cougars.
Yeah, and I like what Crestview's doing. They're not, letting Monroeville speed them up. They're playing at their pace of the game. They're not letting Monroeville kind of dictate the tempo. As this is another handoff for Raymer, but playing at their own pace. Not feeling like they have to go out and score immediately. Just dinking and dunking up the field, and that's what this offense has kind of been for the past couple of years.
Yeah, Storm, you see Raymer, he shows a lot of, tools that his brother had last year. Those jump cut abilities, the speed too. So a lot of brother Storm and relatives throughout this entire Crestview football team.
Were they all 10?
The Coons were all, Hayden was 5. But I was talking about Raymer. Raymer is 4.
Oh, my bad.
Both
Yeah, they were both 4. Speaking of Raymer, he gets the handoff. He gets some space, stiff arms a man, but will be brought down. That's going to be enough to get the chain gang on the move for a Cougars home and kitchen supply first down.
Seems like they've ran the same exact play Storm for 3 straight plays. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that left side of the line is absolutely carving some holes for Raymer to get through. And Benford wasn't there, Storm. Raymer would have had 6.
Looks like me on Madden just running PA boot every single play because I know how to cheese the CPU. I'm a great Madden player. Nobody can take me down. Kuhn under center. Takes a snap, hands it off to Rogers for a small gain.
Good.
Running the ball for the Cougars, 35, Wheat Rogers.
Couple substitutions here for the Cougars as Carter Goon checks in. If you're watching tonight, make sure to comment on our fan zone. I believe we have the ability to show pictures now. So if you're watching here from the game or listening and you want to show your seat off, let us see it in the fan zone on Facebook and YouTube. And I believe now Twitter is Raymer.
X.
Sorry, X. Oh, no X at all.
And the tackler once again.
Nice little counter play right there. They faked the handoff, I believe was the Bolin. And then gave it to Raymer right on that left side. And that left side has been wearing this defensive line thin. Let's see if Monroeville has an answer to this and see if they can get a stop here down, in the red zone.
So 4 minutes left to play here. 3rd and short here. Could be a good defensive stand for Monroeville as they hand it off. This time, Bolin. It's going to be awfully close, but you got to assume that this is 4-down territory for Haverdale. Well, doesn't matter, it's first down. my perspective's weird up here from the press box, everybody.
Bolin's a tough guy to tackle, Storm. You got to go low on him, and right there able to chop him down. But this offense, it's been a very long drive, Storm. I believe they got it
with 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's about to be a 7-minute drive. We'll see if they can punch this in for 6.
So 1st and goal on about the 8-yard line. I formation for Kuhn and his 2 running backs. Hands it off. And that is a great play from Landon Roeder to sniff that one out, get in the backfield, and get the TFL.
He had a huge run on the offensive possession, Storm, but here on defense, able to do it as well.
Do people say TFL? Is that like a cool thing? Did I say something cool?
That is considered a tackle for loss, Storm. So.
Yeah. Is that like, do people
sure.
like abbreviate it?
Yeah.
Oh, Heather Cole Reynolds watching from Detroit tonight. How about them Lions, huh? Big winners last night on Thursday night football, excuse me. As that one will be stopped at about the line of scrimmage. Got to be happy about them Lions. Take a look at the running play, or the running game, excuse me, has been stopped here for the Cougars on this set of downs. We'll see if they elect to go through the air. It's 3rd and goal, but about 8 yards out. We'll see what they elect to do. So Ringler out to Liam's right. He's going to swing that one to Carter Goon. He'll pick up a healthy gain, but not reach the goal line to bring up 4th down. And now this is when the play calling gets interesting.
I think you got to go for this, Storm. If you don't get it, you give the ball back to Monroeville on their 2-yard line. So you'd like to think your defense is going to be able to hold them.
Let's see the MCDC fake field goal.
I think it's going right up the middle, Storm. I think they're going to give it. I mean, they got the big boys in there. They got Bolin in there, Goons in there, Rogers in there, and then Raymer behind Rogers in the eye.
So here we go. Kuhn sends a man in motion. They take the snap, hand it off outside. Raymer tries to break the plane and does. Raymer with the touchdown to open up the scoring for the Cougars, 6-0. You called it, Garrett. Not quite up the gut, but just a little halfback stretch there to the left side. And just enough, it seems, to get Crestview on the board with 6.
That's a great answer, Storm. Crestview, Monroeville did it the exact opposite way, Storm. They had chunk plays, and they did it super fast. Crestview was slow, methodical, kind of like churning butter, Storm, kind of how I'm going to make that queso on Sunday out there on the smoker. A little slow and low. The Cougars, great drive right there to respond. 6-7 pending this PAT.
Well, I better be invited if you're making queso or that coveted buffalo chicken dip, as that one
could play crucial right there, Storm.
Just short, and we'll see. We saw that one in week 1 when we were here, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll talk about that on the flip side. You've been watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Hello and welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garret, break down this Cougars touchdown here for us one more time.
Just a little I formation from they send Bolin in motion. And then it's just going to be an easy handoff here to Raymer on the left side. And Rogers with a great kick-out block. And then Bolin just decided to drag Raymer into the end zone with him, Storm. Huge response from Crestview. We were talking about it in the break. I think the game might have been different, Storm, if Crestview didn't respond right there the way they did.
I've been waiting. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I mean, they wore down that defensive line, Monroeville's, and they were able to get in there for 6. Obviously, the PAT not going through could come back to haunt you, but a lot of game left to decide that.
Another squib kick here for the Cougars. Garrett, are they – is this a different kicker than week 1?
No, I believe it's the same one. I believe, I could be wrong. But I just think that – I think Crestview might be a little afraid of possibly their kick return. That would be the reason I would think they decide to squib it. Or they want to try to avoid maybe kicking out of bounds. There is, some winds out here, Storm, in the bleachers. So
1st and 10 here for the Eagles. Benford takes it right up the gut. I want to say good job there from the Cougars defensively, as I believe that is the first play, either the first or second play, that the Eagles have not gotten a first down or a touchdown.
Yeah, that first drive, they executed almost perfection, Storm. Let's see how the second drives go. Just a minimal gain on the second drive here on first down, but brings up about 2nd and 7.
So Benford now looking to pass, gets flushed out, elects to just throw that one away as the Crestview defensive line bearing down on him, and he made the right play there, I think.
I was a little confused, Storm. I thought it was going to be a little throwback here. I went to the right side. There's nobody there. I was like, yeah, I think they're going to call intentional. That's what I was going to bring up, was the intentional grounding there.
I wasn't going to say anything because I didn't know if that was a rule in high school, but I want everybody to know that I would have said that. So I'm like really, really smart. As we got a little score update, Hillsdale down to Norwayne 14-0. I guess Hillsdale's already thrown 2 interceptions, allowing Norwayne some easy scoring. So,
and we saw them last week, Storm. Hillsdale, they looked like a pretty good team. They dominated Lineville 31-3. You get the intentional grounding call right there. So Cougars right there, they get a big setback, and you get a loss of down as well, Storm. So it's going to be 3rd down, and 3rd Olivesburg here as the first one comes out in the first quarter with 1:29 remaining here in the first.
I need to get a live counter on that line. We'll see. So 3rd and Olivesburg here. as Benfer sends a man in motion, rolls out that way, looks back to his right. Now he's scrambling, trying to make something out of nothing. Gets a couple yards, but how about this great defensive stand by the Cougs?
Man, Storm, look at the left side of your screen here. They read that little throwback right there. Number 76 for the Cougars is there, Storm. He read it perfectly, and then Bolin was able to wrap up Benfer. And what a great defensive stop there for the Cougars, Storm. Monroeville Eagles, they made it look easy on that first drive. Crestview made some adjustments. Obviously, the intentional grounding is going to help them, but still, they still played great defensively there on that drive.
So the punt team out there for Monroeville, Blake Schwab, set to punt this one away. Low kick almost blocked, but a booming kick as Tyson Ringler, still backpedaling, picks it up and decides to just go down 20-yard line to 20-yard line. So we do have an unofficial injury update. Beth McKinney said it is a different kicker. Abshire is injured.
Awesome update. That's what I'm talking about.
So thank you, Beth. We appreciate that one. It's hard bouncing around. Last year we did a lot of Crestview games, but I feel like now we're kind of going.
I think it's also there's a lot of different faces out here now, Storm, for the Cougars this season. They graduated a lot of talent.
We're here for football. So Kuhn hands this one off to Bolin. And Garrett, I want to wait for him to get in the end zone, but I'm pulling this one back out already.
Here we go.
You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Bolin. What? I wanted to wait, man, but I
honestly thought you were going to say it on the last drive. So
I thought about it.
I'm honestly surprised.
I really want him to get in the end zone so I can do it a bunch, and then that could be on our play of the night, and everybody can hear my awesome vocal cords. But we'll see as the Cougars will flip the field here as time ticks down in the first quarter. 7-6 your score. The Monroeville Eagles out in front, but the Cougars trying to march downfield and take the advantage. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Second quarter action coming your way next.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Hello and welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett as Liam Kuhn hits Ringler on a quick comeback route. He's still running, dragged out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Mr. Parlett, give me your takeaways there from that first quarter.
Well, Storm Monroeville came out and kind of punched the Cougars in the mouth, but they responded in a great way with that slow, methodical drive that took a lot of that first quarter clock, and then got to stop right there before the end of the first quarter, Storm. And now in the second quarter, great little pitch and catch out there. Ringler, the defender was kind of, playing that off coverage. Liam able to hit him, Storm, and Cougars are dealing here.
I'm pretty sure the time of possession shakes out 12 minutes to 3 in favor of the Cougars. This one's going to be a quick handoff to Bolin. What?
Man, I would not want to have to tackle that guy, Storm.
I thought you were going to say, listen to me. But no,
I
agree.
But, this dude, I could not imagine.
Let's take a poll. Which would you rather do? Have to tackle Wade Bolin or listen to me for 30 minutes, like on commentary? Well, we'll put that on YouTube. So go vote on our poll on YouTube as the Cougars are set up with second and short. Crowded backfield for Crestview. Liam takes a snap, hands it off once again. Bowling. What for the...
I mean, Storm, every time they give it to him, he's getting 4 or 5 yards. It's just, he's such a tough guy to tackle. And the offensive line now is really starting to wear down on these defenders, Storm.
Now I'm still learning my football lingo, but would that be the definition of a bell cow back? As we take a look at our OH Report YouTube poll, who's walking away with a win tonight? The Cougars with 62% of the votes, so a lot of Cougars homebodies here in the audience tonight. This one a handoff to Raymer. That one will be for a couple yards. But anyways, Garrett, back to my question. Is that the definition of a bell cow back?
It depends if he plays fullback, so he's not going to get the ball as much as a typical running back. So in my definition, no. But the dude is jacked. I mean,
I don't want to tackle him.
that's what I'm saying. Now there is a difference in just a big running back and a bell cow back.
Well, you'll have to update me on it later. As Kuhn is once again under center, hands it off. And guess who, Garrett?
This drive, he would be a bell cow back because he got the ball so much.
I think I'm going to stop with this singing unless he, like, gets a ton of yards or breaks the plane. I think everybody's kind of sick of it.
I am. So
I mean, well, it's playing right directly in your ears. You know, people at home, they have the ability to, just mute me. Which I don't know. You think a lot of people do? You think a lot of people don't like to hear me yap?
no, come on now.
As we have our poll up on YouTube, Raymer,
We're the most unique broadcast. We talk about so much.
I feel like we do. It's almost like a podcast with a football game in the background. But I think it's fun. As back to the game, Garrett, 4th down. I think it might be Wade Bolin time as Coach Steve Gary Haverdale is going to elect to go for it.
Going to leave Bolin on the field, Storm, with Rogers, too, out there out wide, sending him in motion. And it was the same play, Storm, they ran to get that touchdown, just flipped. They had Bolin on the left side this time instead of the right, and then sent him in motion, and they were going to run right behind him. But I think we got
a timeout from Crestview. Was it Crestview?
Yeah, it was. It was the Cougars.
So the Cougars elect to take a timeout. Garrett, you think it's kind of just to talk over the play? You think they saw something in the formation? Because I definitely don't think that Coach Haverdale is going to elect to punt this one away.
I think the way your offensive line's been dominating in this run game, I think you stick with the run here. And you take your chances. If you don't get it, they're still, they're not in great field position. Just, right above the 30. So we'll see what they do. They might want to switch the play call. They might have saw something that, up top that they didn't like that play call and wanted to call a timeout. So we'll see what they do here. I wouldn't be surprised for them, but maybe they just come out and run the same exact play and just maybe wanted to take a breath and kind of think about it.
Well, with 8:39 left to go here in the second quarter, another slow, methodical drive. A few more bigger chunk plays here for the Cougars. We'll see what they elect to do. The offense stays out there.
So now they got
and now Bolin, lined up right behind Liam. We'll see what they elect to do. Takes a snap, hands off to Raymer. Bolin's the lead blocker, and I think they're going to get enough for a first down.
And they're running right behind Bolin, Storm, on all these plays. And he is just, he had a crucial block right here. You see him going to lead out. Right there on that DN, just right at the last second. He got just enough of him, Storm, where he wasn't able to make that play and make that tackle. As now the Cougars are continuing their march. You don't always have to pancake everybody, Storm. You just got to get just enough.
So here we go. Kuhn looking towards the sideline, and a beautiful catch from Carter Kuhn. Reaches up and gets it for another Cougars first down.
What a talk about all hands team right there, Storm. Carter Kuhn with the fingertip snow cone. Look at this puppy.
Oh, for a home and kitchen supply first down. The Cougars are marching. Oh, Garrett, your mom chiming in saying, so glad to hear Garrett and Storm.
Look at that.
Back on the broadcast as Raymer breaks through for a nice chunk play. And Patty Rose saying that they're glad to have me back, in the Oach Report saying they're glad to have me back. So I think it's good. I think we're good.
Raymer there a little shaken up on that play. Storm might just be a cramp as he hobbled off. Had one man to beat Storm, he would have been in the end zone for 6, but great drive here from Crestview. See if they can, reward themselves with a touchdown here.
I'm rewarding myself up here, Garrett, with gummy bears. So Kuhn now under center, hands this one off to who else but Bolin. What? As he flips into the end zone for a touchdown. One more time. Bolin. What?
I don't even know how to follow it up. I ain't got nothing creative like that.
So the Crestview Cougars score once again. It's now 12-7. Pending this PAT as we take another look at this one. Kuhn with the quick handoff right to Bolin, who gets a couple of lead blockers, and just like that, the 360 into the end zone.
Crucial play coming up, too, Storm. Cougars going to elect to go for it here. Try to make this a 7-point game. Let's see what they do.
So this time, Cleet Rogers on the handoff. He also flips into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And now the Cougars lead 14-7 over the Monroeville Eagles. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. More football coming your way next.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Hello and welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garrett, what'd you see on this one?
This is that 2-point conversion, Storm. We got 2 guys pulling on the right side. Great job from that left side of the offensive line, Storm, taking some of those Eagles defensive linemen down, and then Cleet Rogers able to punch it in for a 2-point conversion. As now the Cougars back up on top, up 7.
So the Cougars, I don't think that they were favorites for around the area, but now they lead 14-7 here in the first half of action. As another squib kick here for Crestview. Monroeville, though, able to find a little bit of space with this one. And Garrett, despite the excellent starting field percentage, despite the excellent starting field
Position?
I don't know why I can't think. I've been eating too many gummy worms, like my stomach's upset. But despite the excellent field position, Monroeville only able to capitalize on their first drive.
Their first drive was flawless, Storm. I'm not sure. The defensive adjustments for Crestview so far have been pretty solid. They have that intentional grounding, so let's see maybe if they don't set themselves back on this drive as Roeder gets the carry, and that'll help because they turn out a first down on the first down.
So Roeder with a first down for Monroeville. And that was a little more their speed there on the first drive, Garrett. It's kind of hard to believe we've only had 2 drives apiece from both of these squads, and we're 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
So what happens when you encounter rushing teams from both these teams. They love to lean on those guys up front. They love to run the football. They love to run behind their pads. And Monroeville, they scored pretty quick, but Crestview's been pretty much milking the clock every chance they can get, Storm.
Oh, Garrett, big shout out to Rhonda Carey. Good luck, Cougars. As Monroeville picks up about 5 on that one to bring up second down. And the thing about that starting field position Monroeville's getting, Garrett, it's only a few plays, to where I think that they're in kind of 4-down territory, and I think that that's where they're kind of at right now. So it's going to be tough on the defense when they have to consistently play 4 downs here in their half of the field. Handoff this time to Roeder once again. He'll get the first down and drag the Parlett Cougars to the 31-yard line.
So Storm, a couple handoffs to Roeder here, as he's just picking apart this Crestview defense here on this drive. Not something we saw on that second possession from the Eagles. They got something to go for them so far here. They're marching and now on first down too.
So 5:30 left to play here in the second quarter. Is that one blown up, and the ball comes out late, but I think that's well after the runner was marked down. I don't think there was any gain on the play, so 2nd and 10.
Just a counter right there, Storm. They're going to send some pullers and send some guys to kick some people out there on the defense, but great job from Crestview. They're forcing that back inside, and I believe it was Rogers who was able to tackle the would-be ball carrier. And that brings up a crucial 2nd and 10.
So Benfer hands it off. That's going to be, I believe, Roeder again. So a lot less running from Benfer this drive, and it seems to be working out for the Monroeville offense.
Yeah, they're relying on Roeder, Storm. He's had a couple good carries here. He's been pretty much the bulk majority of their offense here on this drive, and brings up a 3rd and short.
So 3rd down now, as you mentioned. Benfer with Roeder to his right. Benfer takes a snap, rolls out to his right. He's going to keep it himself. Jukes a man out of his shoes, still running to the 5, has the lane, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Eagles. 13-14 now after Benfer scampers into the end zone.
His 2nd rushing touchdown here tonight, Storm. He had one on their first drive, and now on the 3rd drive, able to capitalize too with another touchdown. As they're trying to tie things up here at 14, which is 4 minutes left in the half.
So another quick drive from Monroeville and another quick score from them. Pending this PAT, 13-14 on your Simonson Construction Services scoreboard. It's going to be London Stein here for the PAT, which is up and good. So 14-14 now, your score here with just minutes left to play in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Hello and welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. We're in a standing room only once again for the opening week of Firelands Conference action. The Crestview Cougars and Monroeville Eagles are all knotted at 14, Garrett, and these two teams have been taking 2 different but similar approaches to offense.
They both love running the football, Storm, but Monroeville likes to do it in a little bit quicker fashion other than Crestview. They like to do a little bit slow and methodical, but these chunk plays have been hurting the Crestview defense. They were able to get a stop on the second drive, but this third one, they weren't able to do so, and now Monroeville's tied things up at 14.
So, Garrett, 4 minutes, obviously a long time, but, you know, the 2 times Crestview scored, I believe it's been a little bit longer than that. So are you worried at all about this Crestview offense maybe needing a little too much time to score before half?
Well, I think now they're going to be probably a little bit more urgent in their send, Storm, in their command. So let's see how they start things off. They might want to try to go back to that passing game. They had a couple of passes to Tyson Ringler that went for big yardage. So let's see what the Cougars and see how they handle this. They get the ball coming out of halftime as well, so it could be that 2-for-1 swing, Storm. they can try to milk this down and get a touchdown and then really leave no time left for the Eagles and then get it back at half.
I honestly think if you're the Cougars, you're okay with no score here and just kind of retooling, getting those halftime adjustments and coming back out basically with a 0-0 game, just win the half, win the game. This one's going to be handed off to Raymer for a short gain. Bringing up second down for the Cougars.
About a 4-yard gain there for Raymer. That's what they've been doing, Storm. It's been their game plan. It's just churning out these low yardage situations, but it's been able to get them 2 touchdowns on the board too. And I think Monroeville might have come into this game, Storm, thinking that they might have had an easier win. The Cougars right now are hanging tough and hanging solid here at home.
So second at about 6 for the Cougars. Liam Kuhn drops back. Another comeback route for Ringler. He holds on to this one.
Don't want to run backwards right there if you're Ringler there, Storm. He had a good gain. Want to try to get north and south, not east and west. And right there trying to run across the field, trying to make a play, obviously, but might have had the first down, Storm, if he just would have kept his head down and tried to continue to move forward.
So 2:50 left now. Here in the second quarter, third down. Kuhn this time hands it off once again to Raymer, and he's going to be stopped at about the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to be short, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
Let's see how the coaching staff handles this, Storm. This is a tough situation. I don't see him sending any kind of punting unit out, so they might try to go for this, Storm, and this is risky to say the least. But
you think maybe just try to draw them off sides, drain the clock, call timeout?
Might just want to try to draw them off sides. If not, call a timeout, then punt it away. Let's see what the Cougars do.
I think that's what they're going to be doing. So the hard count.
Fumble.
So the hard count does not work for the Cougars, and a nightmare for them as Liam Kuhn cannot believe what just happened, and now the Eagles take over with excellent field position.
You have to think that must have been a miscommunication, Storm. I'm not sure if the ball was supposed to be snapped, but
yeah, I don't think that there's ever a time where you run a play here.
You don't see any other offensive lineman moving in that situation but the center.
I mean, they're late in the play clock. Basically, the backs are just standing. Nonetheless, though, Monroeville takes over. That's going to be Benfer now looking to throw. Has a man over the middle. Big pitch and catch. That's Blake Schwab. Did he get in? He will. And a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. 20-14, Monroeville leads.
And Storm, they have had these big chunk plays working in their favor all night long. And Schwab right there was wide open. And Benfer able to hit him in stride, Storm. And almost got sacked, did Benfer. He made an incredible throw under duress. See the play fake right here, and then I believe that's Cunningham. Had his hands up too, but perfect pass from the QB. As he's now up to 3 total touchdowns tonight, Storm, is the QB Evan Benford.
Garrett, plays, mistakes like that, turnovers, they're like snowballs, man. The more you let them roll downhill, the bigger and bigger they get. And pretty big mistake there from the Cougars as they allow the Eagles to take the lead 21-14. We're going to be taking a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garrett, let's take a look at that touchdown one more time.
Monroeville just going to send a guy in motion, a little play action pass here. Everyone's expecting run. They decide to toss it deep, and Schwab was wide open. He beat his guy, Bryce Perkins, out there for a touchdown as the Eagles now. We're down 14-7. About 6 minutes remaining in this first half, and now 14-point swing is now they're up 21-14.
So a minute 39 left to go here in the first half. See how aggressive the Cougars elect to get here. They do have all 3 timeouts, but I think it'll be a nightmare scenario if they give the ball back, given how fast Monroeville's been able to score. As Ringler takes off down the left side. He's got some space. Still on his feet. Could go all the way. The 50, the 40. Ringler with the heroics. 20, 10. Touchdown Cougars. Ringler on the kickoff. Nobody was seeing that coming, and he gets the touchdown. Oh my goodness, the light show ensues.
And Storm, that's kind of one of those moments where I heard the fans saying, no,
yeah, I
no.
did too. Go down, go down.
Ringler just made something out of nothing, Storm. I'm not sure how he did it, but look at this. No one's able to catch him, Storm, and man, did the Cougars need that answer, Storm.
And it'll be interesting to see what they elect to do. Do you think they'll go for 2? Or
I think they're going for 2. The offense is on the field. The kicking injury, obviously, to Abshire ensues this decision, Storm. The missed PAT earlier in the game. So let's see what the Cougars do if they're able to take a lead here.
I think we're going to see a timeout here from Monroeville. As Garret, I think in the last 20 seconds of in-game time, we've seen a total of 13 points. The Cougars needed that in a big way.
Yeah, Storm, I chuckle because of that reaction of the fans out here. Yelling,
I heard it
no,
too.
No. And then Ringler able to make something out of nothing. I'm not sure how he even got out of there, Storm. It kind of was hard to tell from my vantage point, but man, what a play by one of the Cougars' best playmakers out in space, as now they have a chance to take a lead. And I think that just there's a lot of smiles on that Crestview sidelines film. That gave them a lot of confidence. That gave them a big jolt. Let's see if they can get the lead here. If they can get the lead going at half, Storm, I think that it's really going to be a lot of momentum for Crestview coming out of the half.
So Monroeville still on the sidelines there as the Crestview offense is ready. And Garret, I think everybody in the stadium knows what the game plan is here for the Cougars.
I think that's what Monroeville's coaching staff is preaching. Is you got to watch out for whoever Bolin is going to block is probably where the ball is going to go.
Or to him, or to Bolin himself.
Or to Bolin. These goal line situations, he's been a pivotal piece of this Crestview offense.
Families are welcome and virtual walkers are encouraged.
So this is basically the play of the game so far in this one, as it's I formation. Kuhn followed by Bolin, followed by Rogers. No Raymer in for this 2-point attempt.
Okay, the penalty flag was unsportsmanlike against the Eagles, and that's going to be enforced on the kickoff.
As you heard, there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Eagles. That's being enforced on the kickoff as Kuhn takes it, rolls to his right. He's going to pass, has a man open, but good coverage there, and that'll be picked off. And pivotal play there for the Eagles to snatch back some of the momentum.
Try to catch them off guard, Storm. It's been very run-heavy situations when the Cougars get the ball down there on the goal line. This time they elect to do a little play action, a little pass, and it doesn't work as Kuhn throws an interception there in the end zone.
Take a look here at the kickoff return touchdown. You know, Ringler, no, starts running the wrong way. Then everybody, yes. As we saw a very similar play to that with a catch over the middle. He kind of, turned and ran and was running the wrong way. But, hey, got to give the man his props. So 21-20. In favor of Monroeville now as Crestview. I mean, they got to still be feeling good. They get the ball coming out of halftime.
Check out the shoe game here, Storm, on
me?
On Coach Haverdale here.
The New Balances?
Oh, I believe they're Under Armour.
Oh. Nice.
Little shoe game.
They don't call him Coach Drip for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at the replay here. That's why you tune into the OH Report. Ooh, interesting. We're going to see the Monroeville offense take the field, Garrett. 1 minute's a lot of time, and I believe they still have 2 timeouts, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see if they, even if they do elect to run this one out, they still might score.
That's wrong with the way they've been moving the football. I think there's a solid chance for Monroeville to try to get some points. Let's see if the Cougars defense has an answer for them.
Garrett, I got a couple of updates from around the area. Hillsdale is trailing Lucas 14-21. We've got a 7-14 score, and that would be Centerburg trailing to East Knox right now in the second. Also, Mount Gilead 0, and we got Loudonville with 13. Loudonville trying to mount their first win, and our game right here, 21-20. If you're not paying attention, now you are.
So thank you, Adam Thompson, director and scoreboard updater, as Monroeville going for the score here, but that's going to be brought down and broken up. As Garrett, we have our YouTube polls, and 57% of people would rather listen to me talk as opposed to try to tackle Will Boland. Everybody wants to hear me sing, man. 57% of people said it.
Well, now Storm, Crestview has got Monroeville to 3rd and 10, and now they elect to call a timeout. So they're trying to get the ball back here. The Cougars are. Let's see if they can get this defense to stop and get the football back and get it back into Liam Kuhn and Wade Boland's arms. 43 seconds left, so plenty of time. Cougars also host still one more timeout.
But Garrett, if you would be such a great friend to tell me how many timeouts each team has left. I believe Monroeville, that was their last one.
Monroeville has 2.
Oh, Monroeville has 2.
That was Crestview called timeout. Crestview has 1.
So we'll see what happens. It's 21-20, and Monroeville's ready. At the halftime, we're going to have both band performances as well as a halftime show, and then second half action after that. So make sure you tune in as we're going to roll out once again. And Benford's going to look for some space. He's almost got enough for the first down and will be taken down. We'll see if that's inbounds. I think they're going to call it out of bounds. So I don't know, Garrett. I don't know about that timeout call from the Cougars.
Well, I think they had him in the backfield, Storm. Missed tackles right there. You got to be able to bring him down. I think you got to like the call to be aggressive here, and you don't want to try to be conservative and play not to lose. You want to play to win, and I like the play call there to call a timeout and try to get the ball back. They had him in the backfield, just a missed opportunity there to wrap him up and get a tackle.
So now with 33 seconds left and 2 timeouts, Monroeville still in favorable position. That's going to be Benford. He hands it off now to Roeder. Stays in bounds, and I think we're going to see a timeout here from – no?
Should get a stoppage, Storm, for the chain gang here.
So the clock continues to roll. Monroeville trying to hurry up. 20 seconds left now. Benford rolls out to his right, looks for a man. That one broken up in a great play there from Logan Fridges.
I needed that one right there, Storm. They were able to complete that pass. Now they're kind of getting in the field goal range there, and just 15 seconds remain here. See if this Cougars defense can hold strong.
Now what do you do, Garrett? Do you just take a couple? I mean, you're in good field position. You just take a couple shots, or?
I think it depends on how much you trust your QB and your wide receiver unit. I think so far tonight, Monroeville's had a solid game plan and passing the football. I think you try to score here and get some points, and they're going to put it in the air, Storm, get a good gain.
So here we go. 12 seconds left now. They don't have to use a timeout. Great play call there. And if you're the Crestview DBs, do you have to play up or do you kind of play back and try to prevent that long ball?
Well, you don't want to get beat deep, so you want to play back and you want to allow them to kind of beat you underneath. It obviously isn't a great strategy, but high school field goal kickers aren't kicking, 50, 60-yard field goals. So I think now the Cougars are in a solid spot. However, though, the Monroeville kicker was kicking some bombs. So I think that comes into play here. I think Monroeville knows their kicker well and thinks he might be able to get a chance, and maybe they can get around the 20 or the 25.
So Benford takes a snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, has a big hole up the middle, gets tackled in play, and now we're going to see a timeout from Monroeville. With 5 seconds, Garrett, I mean, you kind of got to just take the 3 here.
Yeah, I think you got to attempt a 3 or maybe throw to the end zone if you're not going to attempt the field goal here. So we're going to get a timeout. But I think the field goal unit Storm is headed on.
In a hurry. Can you ice in high school?
I don't see why not.
From Jimmy Klingman, Landon Stein has a boot for the Eagles.
Seen a touchback tonight, Storm, so that's why I think Monroeville, they like their chances here at this field goal attempt.
They definitely do, and to extend their lead, not give the Cougars a chance. The offense and the defense take the field now. So we're going to see a lineup here for the Eagles. That is Landon Stein, and we're going to get another timeout.
This is going to come from the Cougars, Sean.
And that's going to be an ice for the Cougars. There's a little bit of the psychology coming out here in this one so far. Garrett, you got to think. I mean, if I'm a kicker, that's rattling me, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a tough situation to get up there and kick it at any rate. But the added pressure, and Monroeville has a lot of faith in Landon Stein. So let's see if he can unleash that boot, Storm, that Jimmy Klingman says.
Yeah, they're playing chestnut checkers out here, those Cougars. They line it up once again. As I mentioned, that's going to be Landon Stein with 5 seconds left. Snap is down, hold is good. Stein takes it, and that one just barely sneaks over the upright, and that's going to send us into half with a 24-20 lead for the Cougars. We're going to be right back with some band action as well as a halftime show. We'll be right back after this.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
of the tallest tower for her true love and her true love's first kiss. Like that's never gonna happen. What a load up. Jack and Fiona are accosted by a queen with a bad reputation. The evil Lord Farquaad captures Plato's name and imprisons her in his castle, along with a semi-tortured gingerbread man. But then, a furry hero invades her lives and attempts the daring rescue. Here's living La Vida Loca.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Hannah Wolf, Devin Renninger, and color guard instructed by Kennedy Nonenmaker, we proudly present to you the 2023 Marching Cougar Pride. Tonight, we present to you for your halftime entertainment, our Top Gun Show. The Marching Cougar Pride opens their show with a song originally recorded by Jerry Lee Lewis in 1957. This song was performed in the original Top Gun movie in 1986 and is available on the special edition of the soundtrack released in 1999. The song was performed again in the Top Gun sequel in 2022. The original recording of this song was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1998. Sit back and enjoy our performance of Great Balls of Fire. This next piece is an instrumental rock composition and the theme for both Top Gun movies. This song won a Grammy Award in 1987 for Best Pop Instrumental Performance. Here is the MCP's performance of the Top Gun anthem. a song that was recorded and released by Kenny Loggins in 1986. This song became Loggins' second highest hit, topped only by his 1984 #1 hit, Footloose. Give it up for the Marching Cougar Pride as they play Danger Zone.
the comeback.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Hello and welcome back to the Scout Construction Halftime Report. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And before we start off our halftime show, I'd like to take a moment to thank our glorious sponsors, Simonson Construction Services. From concept to completion, we can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Kissel's Landscaping, Spraying, and Painting. Contact Kissel's Lawn Care for all of your snow plowing, spraying, painting, and lawn care needs. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. Sutton Bank, earn the cash rewards of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. So let's take a look at our halftime stats here. So we take a look at them. The score is 20-24 in favor of the Eagles. As we see a look down the stat line, they're pretty close, Garrett, but the Eagles with just a slight edge in the yards, and I think that's kind of led to the score.
That's from, I think, big crucial point of that was the turnover that the Cougars had. They had that fumble, that little miscommunication, and I think that is really so far the story of the game, Storm. The Cougars, they've been methodical and they've been able to get the ball in the end zone, but Monroeville's just done a better job of turning out those chunk plays and really hitting receivers, and the running backs are getting free and open space and be able to take some of those big plays off the top. See if the Cougars have an answer. They get the ball coming out of half, so they can come down here and try to take a lead if they can get a touchdown. And obviously, I think they're going to have to go for 2 the rest of the night. They're down 4 here, so a field goal is not going to help you. So let's see if the Cougars can get something to go in their first drive.
Yeah, they made that bet, and now they have to lie in it. As Garrett, if you're the Cougars, I mean, with the way Monroeville came out in the first drive, you got to be happy at least that you're within a score. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a 4-play drive from about the 40-yard line where the Monroeville Eagles just dominated and basically did whatever they wanted. But the Cougars, as you're seeing on this drive, a slow, methodical drive where they were able to answer, and then it was kind of even for the rest of the first half.
Well, I think if they don't turn it over there, Storm, with that fumble on that 4th and 2, where I think that it was maybe a little miscommunication between the QB and the center. I don't think Liam Kuhn was expecting that ball to be snapped. But Barker, maybe misunderstood Storm in the huddle, and he did end up snapping it, resulting in a fumble, and Monroeville was able to recover. I think if that doesn't happen, it's a different ball game, and maybe it could be 21-20 and not 24-20. We'll see if the Eagles have a response here, Storm, because the Cougars' offense has been pretty solid besides that first drive they had.
And we can't discount the amazing heroics from Tyson Ringler, as everybody was saying, no, don't return it, and he takes it to the house, steals another one right there. We'll see if he's got a little trick up his sleeve. He's trying to bounce to the outside, but the coverage team there for Monroeville, excellent, and the Cougars set up shop down 4.
He did kind of steal that one there, Storm, from his other teammate there. I think it was Perkins back there, and he decided I wanted that one. Obviously, he scored the touchdown on one, so you got to give him another chance, but not as great of a return on this one.
Looked like he was playing jackpot out there.
Massively overrated game.
Oh, no. I'm not even getting into this one with you, man. I love jackpot. That was my bread and butter in the old elementary school days. As Kuhn takes the snap, hands it off to Raymer, who's got a hole on the outside. Great blocking from, I believe you call him the Crestview Moving Company. And that'll bring up 2nd and short.
Great job up front from the guys up there. Storm and Raymer just able to find the open area and follow his blockers. That's a great first play here for the Cougars to start the second half.
We kind of saw that. It may not be the most glitz and glamour or the most fabulous, but it gets the work done for the Cougars. As Raymer takes a snap under center once again. This time Bolin tries to bounce to the outside. He will pick up the first down. And Garrett, do you think that's qualifies for the singing?
No, not yet.
It's got to be.
He's going to get plenty of other opportunities. I don't think that yet qualifies for an episode of that to come out. I mean, we just started the second half. I mean, let's relax on that. Yeah.
I just want him to get into the end zone on a touchdown so it can be the play of the night.
Well, you
on
got
the Friday
that
night
already,
pigskin.
Storm. That already
That was
happened.
2 point. That was a 2-point conversion. That one didn't count.
No, I'm almost positive that was a touchdown. Could be wrong, though.
Well, we'll see as Kuhn dumps it off to Ringler. Lowers his shoulder and dives ahead for another first down. Garrett, we've been seeing a lot of that dink and dunk action. Pretty sure it's that same play with the comeback route there for Ringler. Just a quick one-step drop back by Kuhn, and his partner in crime, Tyson Ringler, is always waiting for
It's
him.
one of the easiest plays in football, Storm. The DV is going to play, 6, 7, 8 yards off the ball, run a 4-yard stop route, then turn around, and the ball's going to be, right in between your numbers. So Kuhn with a great setup there for Ringler. And he's been the main guy that he's looked for, Storm, when he targets a passing game. Kuhn is Ringler.
Patty Rose cheering on the Cougars from Pennsylvania. Glad to see Wade Bolin back, as are we. If you're watching, make sure you comment in our fan zone so I'll read it out loud. As there's a pump fake for Kuhn. He tries to step up in the pocket but brought down at the line of scrimmage. Great play from the Monroeville front seven.
That's from, I think they were trying to set up that Tyson Ringler double move. We seen that a couple weeks ago against East Knox with the pump fake right there, but the Eagles didn't bite for it, Storm, didn't jump, and results in, looks like maybe a sack, or if you want to count it as a no gain.
I mean, that's second and 10 and 4 inches. So I think that goes down as a tackle for loss for a sack. As we see that comeback route once again, and if you're the Monroeville defensive backs, they're not biting on that. They're not jumping that route. So, that's why that last play before that did not work. Playing a lot of soft coverage here from the Monroeville DBs. And, Garrett, I have a little lull right here. I have not been able to get on my soapbox very much yet. The Lions currently have the best record in all of pro football, and I'd like to shout that out, beating the Super Bowl champs, Dan Campbell and those boys, as Raymer has a lead. Blocker takes it up the sideline, but will get pushed out of bounds, but not before picking up a first down.
Big-time run, too, and Raymer pushing the defender there after the play. Storm, surprised the refs didn't call something right there. Maybe just gave him a warning, but Raymer running hard, and this Crestview offense, Storm, they've looked pretty good so far here tonight, and I expect Monroeville to come in here and kind of pull away with this game. Just looking at, the same kind of schedule that these two teams had, but now Kuhn's going to drop back and sling it over to who else but Tyson Ringler.
So another comeback route, and this is the kind of offense we saw in the first quarter for the Cougars. Slow, methodical, grind it out, really trying to wear down this defense. And it seems to be working, Garrett. We'll see if they can have a similar outcome as they did in that first drive, putting up 6. So Kuhn now under center. Raymer behind him, 2 backs out to his left. He hands this one off. Raymer got a couple of blockers in front of him, and another great run, as that is going to bring up 3rd and short.
Man, Storm, this might just be whoever ends with the ball first, or ball last, on offense, because, neither defense can really get a stop. Both run games have been fantastic tonight. The passing games have been a great addition to that. Kuhn's been pretty solid, and so has Benfer, so let's see if the Cougars here can try to take a lead.
This time a handoff to Rogers, but he swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, and I think no gain on that one. The Cougars are going to elect to go for it, Garrett, but I don't think I know they haven't been very successful on 4th down conversions tonight.
And it's not a short yarded situation, Storm, so they bring out Wade Bolin out of the backfield. He's going to head to the sideline. They're going to bring in some more agile, versatile players on the outside, Storm, a little bit quicker guys like Bryce Perkins, and I elect to think that the Cougars are going to go pass here and probably line up in shotgun as they are.
It will more than likely be a comeback to Tyson Ringler. If I was a betting man, I'd put some cheddar on that. We see him come back. This time he's got, I think that's going to be,
wow, what a catch.
Yeah, man. Carter Goon, but there is some laundry on the field. We'll see what the boys in the stripes call this.
Could be a drive killer right there if it's against the Cougar, Storm, as that was a great play design, and Carter Kuhn with another great catch tonight. Holding on the defense.
Call was a defensive holding call against the Eagles.
So, Garrett, speaking of officials, I'd also like to step up on my soapbox here tonight and say that number 74 for the Kansas City Chiefs, I have no idea how you can be a full step offsides every single play and the refs never call it. But you caused me great distress last night. So, thank you.
Sweet. I just want to remind you, Storm, that the Chicago Bears last year beat the 49ers in Week 1. You won't even win your division.
I don't want to hear it. Kuhn now hands this one off to Raymer, who takes a lick, but able to still pick up a couple. And Garrett, the Cougars have held this football for almost half of the entire third quarter.
Yeah, Storm, I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this Cougars offense, it's been slow and it's been methodical, and they've taken every yard that they can get. It has been hard fought, but it doesn't matter as long as you're able to get some points on the board. Storm is now brings up about a 2nd and 9.
We see another handoff, this time to Bolin, who can't bounce it outside. And we've seen Monroeville playing a little bend but don't break defenses. They bring up a 3rd and long here. This is like exactly how the first drive went for the Cougars. Forced a 3rd and long. They picked it up on a big passing gain. We'll see if history repeats itself as Crestview. I mean, they don't have to pick it up all here. This is definitely 4-down territory for them.
Yeah, you want to at least try to get a couple yards out of here, 4 or 5 yards, and try to make this easier on yourself. Distance management, if I could be maybe 4th and 3, would be optimal. But, of course, you can get it all now. That'd be great, too.
So Liam in the shotgun, drops back, fakes the handoff to Raymer. Looking, almost tackled in the backfield, has to take off with it, gets to the sideline. Will pick up maybe 4, but as we mentioned, didn't have to get the first down because I would be shocked if Coach Haverdale takes his offense off the field. So no surprise here. 4th and about 7. A big momentum play coming up here for the Cougars. This has got to be your best play call. You got to go to your play sheet, and the Cougars, they might have to burn a timeout here. Seemed a little confused pre-snap. Kuhn shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quick pass to Tyson Ringler. I think they're going to call that.
They're going to call it a first down.
A first down, so the chain gang on the move, and the Crestview drive survives, and you're hearing it from the crowd.
Wow, Storm Kuhn throw this ball low and let Ringler get it. Nice hands right there.
Definitely think he got it.
Securing it to his body, and wow, Storm. Another first down here for the Crestview Cougars.
Take a look at the nighttime view here of Scott Bailey Memorial Field. The luscious turf, the electric lights, as well as some Friday night football. Kuhn this time hands it off outside to Raymer, won't get anything, and that'll bring up 2nd and long.
Nothing much there developing. Great job for the Monroeville Eagles to kind of swarm in there and force a loss. So now it's about 2nd and 11 here for Crestview.
Linda Haynes, Stephen Linda says, "Go Cougars" from Plano, Texas. Love hearing G-Man and Storm. Y'all make it fun. Well, thank you. That's what we try to do. We try to have a lot of fun here on the OH Report. Is this one's going to be a handoff to Raymer. Bolin, the lead blocker. Raymer rumbles down to about the 4-yard line. Still 3rd down. 4-yard line, 5-yard line, excuse me. We'll see, Garrett. I'm waiting for Bolin.
It's getting the.
It's getting that territory.
Yeah, it's getting that territory.
Was he there he is. He's right there. We'll see.
It's right there.
Even if he's a lead blocker, I'm going to sing it. Kuhn hands it off, fakes the handoff, looking for Bolin in the end zone, takes it off himself, weaving through traffic. Kuhn dives for the end zone. Just short, but I think it's going to be enough. No. 4th down here. So the Cougars Now facing their third 4th down of the drive.
Still got to tip your cap to Liam.
First
on
down.
that Storm. They are going to issue the first down, so 1st and goal here, but somehow Liam Kuhn was able to make something out of nothing, Storm. I thought he was going to be sacked for sure in the backfield. He was able to avoid a couple defenders and get that first down, so Crestview still driving with just about 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. I mean, they've burned almost this entire quarter.
He is in, Garrett, but he's not under center.
Watch the motion here.
We'll see if he goes in motion. There it is. I think he's going to be the lead blocker. They hand it off to Raymer. He gets inside and gets into the end zone. The confetti's flying onto the track as the Cougars have scored a touchdown. The light show ensues, and they now lead 26-24.
I'll tell you what, Storm. Wade Bolin has made every touchdown.
That's an assist.
He is every single touchdown. I feel like he's been either the lead blocker or he's been involved with rushing the football.
Does he get an honorary song for that one?
You go ahead. I about had enough of you asking. So just
bowling, what? As Bolin the lead blocker there for Raymer, and the Cougars now trying to go for 2. Kuhn rolls to his right, has some room to run, elects to throw it, and it's going to be picked off in the end zone. So the Cougars really starting to feel the injury to the kicker there as they leave it within 3. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garrett, the Cougars had possession of the football for 75% of the 3rd quarter. But we've seen this tricky Monroeville offense. They only need about 30 seconds to get into the end zone.
I think that's got to be the approach here for Crestview defensively. They got to get a stop, and they got to take away these chunk plays from Monroeville. They've been eating and carving up that Crestview defense, and another squib kick here. Storm is corralled by the Eagles, and they're going to be close to midfield.
Now, at some point, do you think if you're the Cougars coaching staff, do you just kind of tell Troy Weaver to go out there and boot it as hard as he can and live with the results? Because every possession, you're kind of giving up some great field position, and Monroeville has been taking advantage, especially at the end of the first half.
We don't want to try to take the risk of kicking out of bounds either, and resulting in a flag. It's a toss-up situation, Storm, but when you're dealing with a kicker that isn't used to kicking and you have an injury to your starting kicker, it's obviously a problem, and it's been a problem here for the Cougars tonight.
So first offensive snap here in the second half for Monroeville, and that's going to be Roeder.
Brandon Rader, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 3.
See what the flag is.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was an injury or a flag. I couldn't see the flag, but we'll see what it is.
Sounds like you were just eating gummy worms.
Gummy bear, but yes, I was.
Typical.
And Adam has none left, and they're going to wave off the flag. So I don't think that's going to be enough. I think they were looking maybe at a horse collar tackle there from Bolin, but evidently not enough contact for it. And now Monroeville lines up. That's going to be Ben Furr taking off, and enough for the first down for him. And let's step into Coach G-Man's corner. Let's see what G-Man has to say about the adjustments that Crestview needs to make defensively to stop this Monroeville run game.
I think it's easier said than done, Storm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a lot of answers for it other than the defensive line has got to get off some of these blocks and let these linebackers kind of free up to get some tackles for loss and get in the backfield, as Roeder and Benford have just been eating up this Crestview defense, and nice tackle right there from Bolin to bring down Roeder.
So there goes Roeder, and in the same time it took the Cougars to get to this position on the field, I believe that they had already had the ball for about, 6 total minutes? So a different pace of play from both these two squads if we haven't articulated that enough. Benford now keeps this one, goes out to his left. Crestview Cougars in the backfield. And even when there is contact in the backfield, Benford still able to get it out. Oh, Garrett.
Yeah.
Isaac Rader says that Roeder is actually pronounced Raider, and that's coming from, we think Papa Raider. So just a quick phonetic correction for us. So thank you, Isaac. As Benford now takes it, has some room on the sideline, gets out, gets the first down, and just a little bit more. And the chains moving once again for the Eagles offense.
Storm, you see they do a great job of, Caleb Cunningham out there is supposed to, keep contained, but he gets his shoulders turned, Storm, and that's not what you want to do, is allow Benford to get to the outside and get some space. He's one of the best athletes on the field, and when he gets that open space, it could be dangerous, and so far he's been tearing up his Cougars D.
Benford this time hands it off to Raider, who rumbles inside. And we talked about the fatigue that would set in for the Monroeville defense, Garrett, but what about the Cougars defense just having the ball be pounded up the middle every single play? A lot of contact very quickly. That's got to wear on a defense, a lot.
Well, I think one thing that they have going for them is that they haven't been on the field for too long when they are out there. Monroeville's been able to have those big yardage plays and score pretty quickly, so they haven't been on a field a ton. But when they're just carving you up, and it's hard to continue to line up. And as you see Benford here with a nice little fake handoff too, and taking some ankles. And look at that athlete Benford is. He's going to take it in for 6.
Benford turning nothing into something. That's been the tail of the tape all night long, as Monroeville on the board in quick fashion here in the third quarter.
Wow, Benford, that was something special, Storm. That was a great run. And now I think they're going to like to go for 2 themselves.
So he's almost tackled there. There's 2 missed tackles. Almost tackled there. And then it's a foot race to the end zone. So there were 3 opportunities, and Benford just goes, I'm better than y'all. As we see Benford rolls out to his left, looking to pass now in the wide open wheel route from Hirschner. We'll have them convert to 32-26 your score. Now Monroeville leads with 1:30 left to go in the third. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
1:30 remaining in the third.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garrett, like I said, Monroeville, they don't need a lot of time to score. Just 2 minutes and 33 seconds needed here in the third quarter for Monroeville to take the lead back 32-26.
Take a look back at the replay here. Tremendous run here from Benford, making multiple Cougars defender miss, taking some ankles too. This was a race for the pylon, and it would convert the 2-point conversion to Storm, so it makes it a 6-point game. think it's going to bring up an interesting decision, Storm, if the Cougars do elect to, obviously they got to score a touchdown first, but would they elect to try to attempt that PAT, Storm, or would they just go for the 2 and try to go up 2? We'll see.
That is barring a touchdown here scored from the Cougars and a little pooch kick of their own for Monroeville. So maybe a little bit of fear for Tyson Ringler setting in from that Monroeville special team side.
Maybe Crestview decides to try to waste the entire rest of the game before they score.
They score. Milk the clock, and our very own Travis Big League Berardi says they ran out of power at Loudonville, but they're going to continue, so we'll see. Maybe that's just by phone flashlight. I don't know. Batteries and cell phones as Raymer tries to bounce out to the edge. We'll pick up 2 or 3 on that one. Second down for the Cougs.
Really nothing there, Storm. Trying to make something out of nothing. Little minimal gain for the Cougars, but they've been pretty good on second and a long distance. Now it's 2nd and 8.
Now under a minute left to go in the third quarter. Another handoff to Raymer, this time stopped at the line of scrimmage. So another 3rd and long for the Cougars. They've been excellent at converting these all night long. We'll see if they have another one up their sleeve.
Take Bolin off the field and then replace him with Perkins. Expect the Cougars to line up here in shotgun and try to go to one of these wide receivers out wide. Wouldn't be surprised if Tyson Ringler's the target.
So Kuhn in shotgun, 2 receivers to his right. He rolls out right, looking to pass. This time dumps it off down to Goon, who lowers his shoulder and picks up the first down. Grown man move there from Carter Goon.
Man, Storm,
get off me.
That Eagles defender ran into a brick wall right there. Carter Goon. This play's been open all night long, too. Kuhn and Goon, Storm. Ryman accidentally right there, too, with the truck stick from Carter Goon. As the Cougars pick up another first down, and that'll be the end of the third quarter.
So at the end of the third quarter, 32-26 your score. The Monroeville Eagles lead over the home field Crestview Cougars. Money time coming up next. We're in for an exciting finish, and we will see you after this break.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garret, on that run, Raymer nowhere to go. We've seen Crestview convert a lot of 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and longs, but it's not easy. And Monroeville's defense has been holding up, but I feel like it all basically comes down to this drive.
The passing game for Crestview's kind of opened up, but the Monroeville defense, in terms of the rushing defense, has been pretty solid, especially on this drive that forced the Cougars into a 3rd and long. They were able to convert. Let's see if the passing game here for the Cougars is where they go.
Kuhn now drops back, looks to his right, rolls back to his left. Nowhere to go with it, and he throws it away. Good awareness there from Kuhn to get rid of that one, and great defense from Monroeville to force him to do that.
So now Storm 3rd and long here. See if the Cougars elect to be a little conservative, maybe just run the ball, try to punt it, and hope your defense can get a stop. But the kind of the way the offense has been going for Monroeville, I think you got to be aggressive here. I think if you can try to get it to 4th and short, it might possibly be a go-for-it situation. Your defense hasn't really been able to get a stop all night. You don't want to give the ball back to Monroeville with a chance to go up 2 scores.
Empty set now, shotgun for Kuhn. He drops back, trying to heave it deep, gets caught up, somehow gets out of it. Takes off on his legs, is going to be well short of the first down marker. And we'll see if Coach
go for it, Storm.
Yeah, Coach Haverdale, I think, is going to like to keep his offense on the field.
Do got a flag, though, down.
Uh-oh.
It's in the area of holding. That's where I would expect it to be.
They are talking to the Monroeville coaches.
Yeah, it's going to be holding against Crestview, so.
As if 3rd and 10 wasn't hard enough. Let's try 3rd and 20.
3rd down and 23 yards to go for the Cougars.
So a tricky spot for the Cougars as a 4th and short now turns into a 3rd and forever as Liam Kuhn is going to try to rally the troops to at least pick up some yardage here, if not a first down. So Kuhn with Raymer to his right, drops back, feels the pressure coming, heaves this one deep. And that one's going to be picked off by the Monroeville Eagles. They have some room to run. That's going to be the QB taken off to the sideline. A couple men to beat. Breaks it back to the left. Will be held up and brought down. And that's a terrific return from the QB, Benfer. You got to imagine that's just kind of an arm punt there from the Cougars.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Storm. Kuhn kind of just lofted that one. But Benfer, Storm, when he gets the ball in his hands, this dude's dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really see a lot of QBs with the kind of agility and athletic ability that he has, Storm. He's a natural runner with the football in his arms. So now Monroeville, I think if they can go down here and score a touchdown, it's going to make it super hard here for the Cougars to get it up.
Especially because they've been playing so slow, like such a slow pace of tempo. And they're going to need to score pretty quickly if Monroeville is able to get into the end zone. Benfer now hands it off. Raider picks up maybe a couple on that one.
Landon Raider, the ball carrier, tackled on the play by number 35 of the Cougars.
He's going to bring up 2nd and about 8. So 9:55 and counting here left in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 8. The Cougars trying to hold on. Monroeville trying to punch this one in as we want to say thank you to all 300 viewers. As we see Benfer taking off to the sideline. He's got space to the 10, the shoestring tackle. Does get there, and Ringler able to save it, but some laundry on the field here. We'll see what the call is from the officials.
This might be the break the Cougars need, Storm, if it is against Monroeville. Last time, I believe the Crestview Cougars defense only has 1 stop tonight, and it was when Benfer had that intentional grounding. Let's see if it's against the Eagles or the Cougars. See some offensive linemen kind of throwing some hands in the air, so I'm expecting it's against Monroeville. See what the call is.
Block in the back. Take a look at the replay here.
I think it might have been right there, Storm.
I think so too. Nonetheless, it's going to push the Eagles back, I believe, just 5 yards. So 2nd and long. We'll see if the Cougars can take some of that momentum and turn it into a defensive stop. They are going to need fan zone if they are going to. So if you're watching, let's rile these Cougars up with some positive cheering here in the chat. Benfer this time hands it off to Rader, gets up the gut. Almost an inadvertent whistle. I don't think Rader ever went down right there.
He definitely didn't think he did, Storm. Rader didn't. Let's see if he does.
Take a look here. No, he definitely did. To me, it did not look like he went down. Eagle eye, Garrett, what do you think?
From the replay, it doesn't look like it, but I think it's hard to, if you're a ref on the field, you don't really have a great view of that. It's easy for us to say it because we got the replay, but.
So here we go, 3rd down and long. Can the Cougars get a stop, or will Monroeville pick up the first down as Benfer takes off using his legs, gets the first down and more, bounces to the outside, still on his feet, and eventually pushed out of bounds, but not before collecting a big first down run.
Monroeville trying to put the Cougars away here, Storm, and regardless of the flag they had, they kind of back things up. Looking like the Eagles trying to put this one away here with 8:40 left in the 4th.
Monroeville knocking on the doorstep here. Trying to get in the end zone. Put the Cougars in a sticky situation. Benfer in shotgun. Hands this one off. Rader up the gut. About 5 yards on that one. It's been tough all night long, Garrett. This front 7 for Crestview, they've shown streaks of being great, but tonight just not able to stop the run. The Cougars defense has had no answer for Monroeville.
Some big bodies up front there from Monroeville, a lot of size. But you can say the same about the Cougars offense, Storm. They've been pretty great tonight as well as Monroeville, but Monroeville just had too many answers offensively for that Crestview defense. The Cougars defense really hasn't had an answer at all for this Monroeville offense.
So Benfer this time once again to Rader. I think they're going to stop him just short of the goal line. But I think we know what the Eagles are going to do on this next play.
Tacklers for the Cougars, number 70, Caleb Cunningham, and 56, Austin Huffman.
So 7:40 left to go in the 4th quarter. Monroeville knocking on the doorstep. Crestview trying to hold the door shut. As we see Benfer line up, Rader right next to him. Rader takes a snap, hands it off, or Benfer, takes a snap, hands it off to Rader, and that's going to be enough for a Monroeville touchdown. They take the lead, 38-26.
Trying to put this game away, Storm, or the Eagles, and that might have just done it. Cougars haven't been able to score in short amount of times and just 7:15 remaining, and they're going to try to make it a 2-possession game here if they can convert this 2-point conversion. I believe they're going to keep the offense on the field and try to do so.
So 7:15 left to go in the 4th quarter. The Monroeville Eagles will try a 2-point attempt. Benfer rolls out to his right, looking, cuts back inside across the field, has a man open in the end zone, decides to take it himself, and he will scamper in for the 2-point conversion, and the Eagles.
This dude's unbelievable, man.
I know. Will now lead 40-26 as Benfer makes it look more like a track meet out there.
Unbelievable movement here on the 2-point conversion, Storm. Benfer just showing off the running ability, crossing him back across the other side of the field, but we do have a flag on the play, Storm. Looks like it's going to be a hold. Blindside block on the offense.
That's something that's, I feel like, pretty rare to see. But that will back up the Eagles, and we'll see if Benfer has some heroics once again. We'll see if he can get the Eagles into the end zone.
No, I think they're going to elect to just kick this PAT Storm.
I mean, with Benfer,
Yeah,
I would feel confident from 40 yards out.
Yeah, he has been absolutely electric tonight. Storm throwing his hat in the ring for a little MVP consideration.
So here we go. Landon Stein on now for the PAT. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So Stein makes it 39-26 in favor of Monroeville. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Hello and welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett and Garret Monroeville in the driver's seat over the home field Crestview Cougars, 39-26.
That's what I'm trying to pull away. Are the Eagles here on Scott Bailey Memorial Field? It's been a back and forth kind of battle here. And now Monroeville with that double-digit lead. Let's see if they can pull away and stop the Cougars as they will get a chance to field this and a solid return for Crestview. And a fumble.
That was Jaden Hedrick on the return. So the Cougars with some decent starting field position.
Good starting position for the Cougars.
See how quick this offense moves, Storm. I think you got to have a little bit of urgency here. Wouldn't be surprised if they elect to go to the passing game a little more here.
So Kuhn lines up under center with two backs behind him. Hands it off to Bolin. He's got some room on the left side. Stiff arms the man, but Wade Bolin, what? Picks up the first down.
So that's a way Storm to try to get back into this game. Giving the ball to Wade Bolin.
Wade who?
He's worked all night long, and now Crestview across the midfield mark. So obviously the game is not over yet, Storm. If Crestview is able to go down here and get a touchdown, they have a chance to get back into this game. It's just going to be on that defensive side of the ball. Of course, they got to score first, and that's first on the list.
Tried to get you to sing it, man. You are not biting on that. As Kuhn rolls out to his right, he's got options to pass to and almost picked off Ben Seitz, I think. Right off his hands.
There it is. Here we go. A little bit.
Maybe a little too much butter on the popcorn here at the Crestview concession stands. I don't know. Maybe he's got a sweet tooth. Maybe it was the Butterfingers. I'm not sure.
Tell you what, I'm hungry. Big shock. But that popcorn here has been hitting the nostrils for me. Got a couple of people around me, you know, huffing down that popcorn.
Is it buttery?
It's buttery. It's soaking through the bag.
So Liam now this time gets it over to Rogers. He's got room on the right, taking off, and chased out of bounds by a couple of Monroeville Eagles. So Crestview's staying alive here with 6:30 left to play in the fourth quarter.
Carter Goon has had a big-time game here today. We've seen him show off his tremendous catching ability and his run after catch as well. So Goon playing a big-time role here in this Crestview offense here, especially in the second half.
And I think what's been so impressive is their ability to do it so quickly. You know, a couple quick pass plays. They had great field position to start, but they were able to get up the field early, and now they have a lot of their playbook at their discretion as we see a Monroeville timeout.
haven't seen them move the ball at this pace really all night long, and see if the offense can continue to do so and try to get back into this game. Still plenty of time with 6:26 remaining.
Again, don't forget about the annual athletic.
So, Garrett, I'm just curious if you think,
That's on September
did you ask anybody for their popcorn or
No,
are
Storm,
you
I
just
was
watching?
working. I was working, so I figured.
I've eaten popcorn at the OH Report
Well,
before. Upper
that's
Sandusky,
you.
actually. It
That's
was very
you.
good.
We're
It was
two different human beings.
It was Upper Sandusky basketball.
I mean, Bub, you think you're going to turn down some popcorn when you see it? Especially you.
Well, no, I went out and bought it, and I got a Mountain Dew, and it was delicious. I was just wondering if you had asked. I mean, you're pretty tight with everybody here at Crestview. Anybody said, hey, Gary, you want a little piece of popcorn while you work? But I guess not. I guess you just want to be mean about it.
No, Storm, nobody offered me popcorn. I wasn't saying like the people directly beside me. I'm just saying like throughout I've seen a lot of popcorn. I think that's the best seller in the concession here tonight.
I wish we could get some stats on that, but you can't always get what you want. As Kuhn drops back, senses the pressure, almost taken down. Kuhn still on his feet, throws this one away, and somehow the pitch and catch works as Liam Kuhn uses his legs to extend that play.
Able to find, I believe, Gavin Canes, who caught that one, Storm, for a nice little gain, and now it's 1st and goal here. So Crestview, they're right back in this game, Storm, if they can get a touchdown here.
And as I mentioned before, a lot of the playbook opens up now as they've been able to get down the field so quickly. Still some run plays they could have as Kuhn drops back once again. He's got Rogers almost overthrown, but got there a little early. The flag's not going to fly. I think they're going to say that one was uncatchable, but I don't know. I mean, to me, that's definitely PI. Referee Garrett? I mean, is it that it wasn't catchable? Or?
I don't think it's catchable. I like it. I like the call, personally. I don't think he
would catch that if he didn't.
It was egregious either. I mean, I know he hit him a little bit, but.
Well, regardless, Liam Kuhn on the rollout looking for that same route once again.
Now that I think should be a late hit.
Flags keep the refs keep the flags in the pockets as Liam Kuhn pushed all the way out to the track. I mean, 4-down territory. You don't have to get a touchdown here, but I feel like you got to pick up some yardage. You can't settle for a loss or no gain. Kuhn in shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, goes out to his left, looks, fires, end zone. Oh, he dropped it. Gorgeous play from Levi Stagman to get in there and break up the reception from Nolan Moore.
Man, what a great catch that would have been if Moore was able to come down with it. Perfectly placed ball from Liam Kuhn. Found his receiver over there in the corner. I mean, you can't throw it any better than that, Storman. Wow. This is the game here.
And Nolan Moore is beside himself. He knew he should have had that one, and just got to shake it off and get back in there as this is the ball game here. The Cougars have to score. Can the Monroeville defense shut them out after a spectacular drive? Both sides of the stadium erupting here at Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Kuhn in shotgun, Raymer to his left. Two receivers to his right, one to his left. Raymer takes a snap, drops back, feels the pressure immediately, gets out of the pocket, takes off with his legs, one man to beat to the end zone, dives, hits the pylon, waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Cougars! Liam Kuhn putting the backpack on, diving into the end zone, using his legs, and makes magic happen.
Wow, Storm. I was bizarre how much space Kuhn had to take off with his legs, and I was really concerned about them kind of second-guessing if it was a touchdown or not. I thought it clearly got in. The pylon is part of the end zone, too, as long as you cross that plane. And now Cougars going to elect to go for two and try to make this a 5-point game, Storm.
Here we go, 2-point conversion for the Cougars. Liam Kuhn off the touchdown run, under center. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking towards the end zone, fires it in, and the 2 points is good. So the Crestview Cougars 34 points off the touchdown to Monroeville's 39. Cougars still trail. They'll need a defensive stop, but we're going to take a quick break. Monroeville offense on their way after this.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Hello and welcome back.
Mr. Garret Parlett is running the
Oh, we're getting shout outs, Storm.
He's running on empty. Can we please get him some popcorn?
I was about to say, I was curious what was going on up there.
I was too. I didn't know as we take a look at the touchdown run from Liam Kuhn once again to make it 34-39 in favor of Monroeville. Garrett, Liam Kuhn's been wearing a little bit of the backpack here today. As we see the Crestview defense, they're going to have to step up and get a stop here if the Cougars want a chance to win this one.
Comes down to their defense, Storm. It's been a struggle for them all night long. They haven't been able to do much in terms of getting a stop. I mean, other than that intentional grounding call that set the Eagles back, the Cougars have not been able to get a stop all night. And they do get a little bit of a farther kick here and a bounce. Let's see if they can stop Monroeville, but there is a whole Storm, and Monroeville might take this one the distance.
And that's Raider with a gorgeous return.
Raider on a return for the Eagles.
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't, if you're a Cougars fan, necessarily matter. As if you hold them to a field goal, they're only up 8. That's still a one-score game. But you need to get a stop here on this drive. You cannot let Monroeville score. So Benford takes a snap, almost wasn't ready for it, goes out to his left, tries to hit the edge, and Benford down the sidelines, the 10, the goal line, touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. The Eagles, a touchdown, and they extend their lead to 2 possessions.
Man, Storm, I mean, they haven't been able to stop them all night long. That's going to be the reason that they're not able to get a win here tonight if it continues to be like this. Monroeville has just been dominating, and especially on plays like this where Benford is the quarterback keeper, and he's able to get to the outside, and there's just nobody out there. There's nobody out there for containing Crestview. Their defense, Storm, is getting lit up here tonight.
So notch that touchdown, another one for Benford, another multiple touchdown game. I believe he's had, at least 3 on the ground and 1 in the air, right?
Almost a crucial mistake there from Monroeville on the PAT, but yeah, Storm, he's been living in the end zone tonight as Benford gets on the board here again for the Eagles. They go back up 12.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. The Eagles now lead 46-34. We're going to be right back after this.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Hello and welcome back to Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett and Garret. Monroeville able to score there quickly. Cressey's going to have their chance, but it's going to come down to the defense for them. They got to get a stop.
Before they even try to attempt that from, they got to try to score again, and I know they had good success on that drive. I'll just take a knee here and not risk a fumble. That almost hurt him on the last kickoff. So Cougars offense looked good on the last possession, really opened up with the passing game. Let's see if Liam Kuhn can do it again.
And you got to think the Cougars, it's must-score territory for them here, and they got to do it in a quick fashion. As Kuhn trots out to relay the play to the boys. So Kuhn takes a step, drops back, will get sacked by the Monroeville Eagles. Great play from Jackson Hendrick.
Kuhn couldn't find anybody, and Hendricks right there just beat Canes through the edge. Was able to wrap up Liam Kuhn for a sack, and now sets the Cougars back even more.
So second in forever for the Cougars now. Under 5 minutes. Got to sense a little bit of urgency now here for Crestview. Kuhn now rolls to his right. He's looking that way. Has Rogers, gets it there. He's got some space on the outside. Almost picks up the first down. That's going to be 3rd and short.
Pass complete to
Carter Goon on another catch right there, and Kuhn able to just find him slip out of the backfield for decent-sized gain in the first down here for Crestview, but got to think time's going to become a factor when you try to get this touchdown before 3 minutes or at least 2:30. Give yourself really a chance to get back into this game.
Here we go now for the Cougars. Liam Kuhn drops back, immediately throws this one to Tyson Ringler. Or excuse me. That's going to be Nolan Moore as the Cougars now enter the hurry-up offense. Kuhn takes a snap, rolls to his left. That time has Ringler.
Even if the Cougars do fall here tonight, I think, Storm, there's a lot to build off of this. Especially offensively. I mean, their offense has been dynamite, and it's still moving along, too, in the passing game, too. They might want to elect to go to that maybe earlier in the game as we're going deep here.
That one, I mean, I think the
jump ball right there.
I think the first one was not pass interference, but I definitely think there was some holding on that one. Well,
I like it. I think it's a good no call.
I'd be very loose with my flag. I'd let it fly
You
all the
sound
time.
like it, buddy.
I want to make the game about me, so I want to be out there talking, doing the hand signals. Yeah, they need to change touchdowns to storms. Everybody, that's going to be a fumble and a nightmare for the Cougars, as that's going to bring up 4th and 10. So a couple untimely mistakes for the Cougars. You got to think about the first half when they turned it over on a fumble. That led to a Monroeville score, and now with that one, 4th down and forever, the Monroeville fans on their feet. Garret, a rough night so far for the Cougars.
Especially that Cougars defense, Storm. They struggled here tonight. The offenses looked pretty good throughout the entirety of the entire game, but they struggled defensively to stop this offense, as most teams have so far throughout the season. Monroeville sits at 2-1. They lost to Calvert in double overtime. They went for 2 and didn't get it and lost 35-34. So Calvert, one of the better teams in the area, Storm, and Monroeville here coming to get some revenge on the Cougars, where they haven't been able to beat them here in a couple seasons. But this is the game right here, and I think you got to tip your caps to both teams. Cougars, I don't think a lot of people picked them, Storm, to come in here and really win this game and even compete, and they've really done that. And also tip your cap to Monroeville. If they can hold on here and get a win, Maybe they'll open the conference season 1-0.
Catch up on your football on Sunday afternoon with the Pee-wee.
So the ball game all lies on this play, basically, as Liam Kuhn
This informed me that the game will be played at St. Paul.
will not take a snap as there's a timeout.
But you can still support the class at 132 and 33.
So as we take a look now, Loudonville versus Mount Gilead here. No power, 20-19. They elect to keep playing the game. We apologize for the shoddy quality. We are on a hot spot here. From I think Travis's iPhone 4. So
He has a new phone case though.
but he does have a gold phone case. If you see it, let him know.
He's had a blue phone case ever since I've ever known him.
Yeah. So after this game wraps up, I think they'll still be playing over there. So if you want to check that one out, that's some action going on down there. And once the defense calls a timeout here, do you change a player or do you come back and you run out the same play?
I think it just depends. We usually just ran the same play unless they were calling a timeout. Depending on the formation, I think in this situation you're probably just running the same play. But I think it varies.
So here we go. Kuhn drops back, needs to get a first down, heaves it downfield, has a man. It's going to be a 50-50 ball and picked off by Layden Hirschner, and he's going to seal the game for the Eagles. Landon Hirschner plays heroics, takes the ball away from the Cougars, and that'll just about do it.
What a great way to end things, Storm. If you're an Eagles fan right there with the interception, the run back, and now Monroeville is going to pick up their first win against the Cougars here since 2018.
So Monroeville, all they basically need to do is run this one out. The Cougars, though, still, I think they have 2 timeouts. So Benfer, low snap, hands it off to Rader, swallowed in the backfield. I don't think he even got back to the line of scrimmage. But there will be a flag on the play. So that'll be a penalty on the Cougars. Too many men on the field, and we've seen a couple of those mental mistakes, Garrett, take their toll in this one.
What a high-scoring game we had here, Storm. I don't think I expected this, to be honest with you. Thought we were going to get kind of a low, grinded-out game, but Monroeville's offense, man, they're potent.
The score total is sitting at 80 right now. Almost a triple-digit scoring game.
Almost a triple-double.
Wish I had a triple-double crunch wrap, I'll tell you that much. As Benfer takes this one, bounces to the outside, jukes his way back inside, and gets wrapped up for second down.
That's a play there from Benfer to stay in bounds and keep the clock moving right there.
And the elusiveness of Evan Benfer at the quarterback position. He's been making dudes miss all night long. It's like whenever somebody's trying to tackle him, they got the butterfingers.
Sure do wish I had a butterfinger.
So East Knox triumphant tonight, 35-7 over Centerburg in their first KMAC game. As I'm sure KMAC Plus is tuned into that one. What are you laughing at down there?
Sure do wish I had a butterfinger.
I wish. Did you say that? I wish. No,
I did.
I don't know.
I don't either. I actually don't.
I don't want him to get. I say this every time.
Stuck in my
I don't want
teeth.
him to get stuck in my teeth.
I think they're really good, though, if they wouldn't.
It's like you have to, like, chew them, like, little by little with your front teeth. Huh? Yeah, that is true. They call it a butterfinger, but it, like, it's sticky. Like, sticks in your teeth and stuff.
Hey, don't go there.
What are you talking about?
Don't bring that up.
Why?
Don't go against the grain there.
The name is hypocritical.
You say it. Then you have to quit saying it. You just said it a minute and a half ago.
No, but a butter, like if you have butter on your fingers, like you're a Butterfinger.
Well, yeah, because I feel like it's more of like
popcorn
like
butter, you'd still be a
Butterfingers.
Butterfinger.
not like
Is
the
the
candy.
word Butterfinger trademarked? Do we owe royalties? I hope not. I do not want to be. I don't want to be hearing from the Butterfinger lawyers anytime soon. Never mind. I love Butterfingers. Butterfingers are awesome. So with under a minute left to play here in this one, all the Eagles have to do is run this one out, and they will be headed to a 1-0 start in the Firelands. Low snap, Benfer takes it himself. Nowhere to go, and I think that's gonna do it here from Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Barring any sort of miracle, of course. But I don't think that the Eagles even have to run another play. So despite some late game heroics from the Cougars, they come up just short, and the Monroeville Eagles will take home the victory 46-34 to open up Firelands Conference play 1-0. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with a player of the game interview as well as some final stats. We'll be right back. You have been watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Are you ready for the comeback?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Tonight's game was brought to you by Simonson Construction Services, Inc. From concept to completion, we can help make you a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Kissel's Landscaping, Spraying, and Painting. Contact Kissel's Lawn Care for all of your snow plowing, spraying, painting, and lawn care needs. Also by North Central State College, providing individuals with knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. And Sutton Bank. Earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Coming up, it's your MVP interview and stats and analysis right here on the OH Report.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Welcome back for our Kissel's Lawn Care, Snow Plowing, and Painting MVP. Of course, it had to be Evan Benfer, who had 4 total touchdowns and played a heck of a game on the other side defensively. Evan, just talk to me about what you were looking for out there, especially in those running lanes. It seemed like there was a lot of drawn-up action for you.
Yeah, I was expecting all the team to go out there and play their best. I mean, we worked hard all off-season, all practice. We just played together, went out there and finished.
So there were a couple times there where you had some great starting field positions. You guys were able to capitalize. Was the game plan to come in with such a fast tempo, or did that just kind of happen? You took what Crestview gave to you?
It was just practice all week. That's how we practice, how we play. We just went out there and did it.
And I want to talk a little bit about your defense as well. You had a couple deflections, almost a couple of interceptions, and as a team, you had an interception right there at the end to seal things up. What was kind of the defensive scheme here? You know, was it kind of you knew you had to focus on Liam Kuhn, or what was kind of the game plan this week?
No, we all just, as a team, needed to do our job, know our responsibilities, and go out there, flow together, hit hard, and just finish fast. All
righty, Mr. Benfer, you are the first Monroeville team to beat Crestview for the first, you've done it the first time since 2018. How does it feel to be the quarterback leading the charge, in that effort?
It was a team effort. Again, we just all worked hard all off season. We fought all off season, all game. All the other teams are playing and what we're going to play, and we're just going to keep on bringing it.
Alrighty, and one last question for you, Mr. Benfer. Any shout-outs you want to give to Eagles Nation or anybody watching at home?
No, just a team effort.
Alrighty.
That's all. Just shout out the team.
Thank you very much. Once again, your Kissel's Lawn Care, Snow Plowing, and Painting MVP, Evan Benfer.
Are you ready for the comeback?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Hello and welcome back to our Scout Construction post-game show. Your final 46-34 in favor of the Monroeville Eagles. Let's waste no time and take a look at our stats. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garret, This one? I mean, it wasn't over. I know this is redundant, but it wasn't over till it was over. You know, it was kind of all the way down to that last final play for Crestview offensively.
Yeah, certainly Crestview offense was pretty dynamic tonight. They showed a lot of ability to march the ball down the field. They didn't really need a lot of chunk plays there until the very end. They were able to go very slow, methodical. Then it really worked to their advantage, but that defense didn't have an answer for Evan Benford and Landon Radar, all night long. That's what I said, Paul. But
we're just making sure.
Crestview's defense had no answer for that Monroeville offense, and that's really the tail of the tape on the scoreboard as you take a look at the stats. 46-34 as Monroeville beats the Cougars for the first time, Storm, since when they beat me.
That's quite the feat for you. As we take a look one last time at our final score, 46-34. Up next for Monroeville, they're at South Central as Firelands Conference play continues. And for the Cougars, taking on the best 1-2 team in the state, the Lucas Cubs. Well, I don't know. They might be 2-2 now, or 1-3. I honestly do not know. But
I think we're here for that one.
Yeah. So Storm and Garret will be on the call for that one. And live tonight at 11:30, the Friday night Pigskin catch Storm and G-Man. And, of course, our wonderful director, Adam Thompson, chopping it up. But from everybody here at the OH Report, we're going to say thank you one last time to our generous sponsors. For you, the fans watching at home, Garret Parlett, of course, for his wonderful color commentary, as well as my director, Adam Thompson. But from now, one final time from Scott Bailey Memorial Field, we out.